Well, this is the next video in saving Nikki, this little Pulsajet Murray. I've cleaned up the carburetor and reinstalled it. I'm actually using the original diaphragm and gasket because it did prime, probably with water, but it did prime. And so if it doesn't work, I'll go back and put some new ones in there. But the thing I wanted to show you now is connecting the this little wire loop here to the tank right there. This has to connect and be up. The little loop has to be up, facing up. So I'm going to grab this and angle that hole onto that wire loop end. It's going to make an L turn. So we're going to go on like that. So it's on there, and then it's going to turn, see, and then you can put it on the mower. Of course, I've got to line up that little grommet there, but this is basically in position to be able to install this tank. So let's see if I can line up the little grommet now. And now I can start wiggling and pushing, okay? So now it's on there. I just haven't put the screws on, but I want you to see these springs. See this? That's what you want right there. It doesn't have to be tight. You don't want a lot of tightness. It sort of bounces around like that. That's the correct tension for that. So now that we've got that on there, we're going to put our big screw that holds the tank on. And then, like I was saying earlier, you don't want to forget this piece. This piece slides in between the tank and the engine, and then this little hole. Let me back the camera up a little bit. See that little hole there is going to line up with that hole in the engine block. And go ahead and get one of your screws, only a 3/8 screw, and put that in there. Just enough to hold it in place, see? So I'm going to turn this 2 or 3 times to get the threads going. So now when you put this in, the big screw that holds the tank on, and you tighten it down, this will be in the correct position, not down here, up there, and you got, you try and bend it or something. No, you want it lined up now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and snug this up and then back it out a little bit because I want to put the other 3/8 in. Okay, well, that's good enough. Let me just do a 3/8 here on the front. That's what holds the front of the tank. And everything is then going to be secure. Got to get the hole to line up. There we go. Okay, it's going in there. So 3/8 is going in. And now I can snug up the 1/2. And that's in position now. When I put the shroud on, then it's not going to be an issue. So let me tighten up this 3/8 here. Okay. So I'm going to grab the tank and try and wiggle it, and it doesn't move hardly at all. So that's good. And now I'm going to take this screw that I just put in, I'm going to take it out because I've got to put the shroud on the rewinder. Oops, it moved a little bit. I'm surprised that, oh, no, that's okay. Anyway, it's, it's all right. At least it's not binding. That's the main thing. Okay, so I put the shroud on. And get that pull cord out of the way. And now this goes on the outside. On the opposite side, there's something that looks similar to this, but it's going to go on the inside of the rewinder. So let me go over there and make sure it's in position. Okay, it is, but it's not pushed down. So I got to see what's keeping that from going to. Oh, it's the little screws in that hold the dipstick on are keeping it from settling down. So I'm going to take them out. Just set them on the deck here. Okay, so now this should settle right down where it's supposed to go. Come on, you. There we go. Okay, so I'm looking. Oh, there's the remnants of that cover that goes over the kill switch. I think I have one. Oh, the screw's still there. Lucky me. So this will make this more look nice. So that is in position. I'm going to go ahead and put this 3/8 here on this side. Just thread it in a couple of times. I'll come back and put the screws in for the dipstick. And then, very important, before I start tightening that screw and the screw I just put in, or the one in the front right there, very important, you got to have this spark plug wire moved over in that groove. See, otherwise you'll cut that spark plug wire and damage it. So make sure it's in that little groove that's made for that. All right, so we're doing good here. Let me start the screw that goes right there. That's one of my 3/8 head screws, and I think I still need one for the back. All right, so I've got get this one started. Go in, try to have to thread in a couple of threads, and then this one, the one we talked about earlier, goes on the outside, and I'm going to try to get it to go in 2 or 3 turns before I start tightening things up. That one's being difficult. You don't want to tighten these others until you get the others started. Otherwise, you may not be able to get that third one started. So all of them are started. Now I can go around and start slugging these up. So I'll do the one on the front, paying attention to that wire. Now I'll do this one. I'll go around the opposite side. Grab this whole rewinder. Okay, it's snug. So now I have to put my 2 little screws that holds the dipstick onto the rewinder. That shouldn't be too hard because I just took them out. All right, and get the other one started here. And to tighten these up, I need a quarter inch socket. There's one. There's two. All right, So now the big moment of truth, I haven't done this yet. I have not checked the oil in this mower. I'm hoping there's some oil in it. Let's find out. Oh, there's way too much oil in this mower. Somebody's overfilled it. That's about, I'll show you what I mean by that. Way too much oil in this mower. That can cause you to blow a head gasket. And maybe it's already gone, who knows? All right. Okay, you see that level on that dipstick? That's way too high. So I've got to drain some of that off before I pull the cord. Well, we've made good progress. I've got to find a air filter and soak it with oil and then squeeze it and get the excess oil out. I've got to drain some oil off of this mower, and let's see what how this mower does when we come back. So stay tuned, please.